long time no see. These are just some quick things that I have learned over my year of unemployment. So let's get into it. The main thing that I have learned is you can't force God's hand. If it's not in His plan, it's just not going to happen. If you would have asked me a year ago, would I be sitting right here giving you like my year of unemployment life update? You know, that was not even a thought in my mind a year ago. And what's funny is when all of this was kind of like first starting for me and I was leaving my horrible work life behind and I was like, thank God that I don't have to be there anymore. I made a joke, like a jokey joke kind of prayer, and I was like, oh, never send me back to corporate again, God. Please, thank you for getting me out of there. And I think he took it very seriously. Okay? I think he took that extremely. He was like, you're joking, but I'm not. And I am realizing that now, and even as I've had conversations with just a couple of friends kind of about where my mind has been and what I have always felt called to do, how it was finally just like the swift kick in the pants of him like, I'm not about to let you sit up and do this anymore. And here I am. Like I have to do what I have to do, and no matter how much I pray for things to look different, that's not going to be what it is. And I do believe that He has sustained me thus far so that I, can stay in line with essentially what I feel I'm supposed to be doing. So again, first lesson, you can't move the man's hands, okay? If God said, this is what it is, this is what it is. But that leads me to my next lesson, and that is, if He brought you to it, He will bring you through it. How cliche, I know. If He brought you to it, He'll bring you through it. No, but really, I 100% believe that He put me here in this moment, and He has made it to where I can continue to be in this moment, and be present in the moment and really take advantage of where I am. And although it seems very questionable and shaky, every time that I have fallen off, I'm always right back here doing what I should have been doing. I mean, if He's going to give you a vision, if He's going to place a calling on your life, He's going to make sure that you can uphold that vision, that you can get through whatever it is that He's, put in front of you. Maybe you have something that you're being called to, or maybe you're just in front of a situation where you're like, I don't know what this is. I 100% wholeheartedly believe that He will bring you through. And that shows itself in a multitude of ways. It shows itself through helping you get through challenges. It shows itself with bringing people of like minds and desires and maybe resources to kind of help you along the way. It looks like sustaining other areas of your life while you're trying to figure it out. There has been so much evidence that He's dropping the breadcrumbs, and I'm like picking them up, because this is where I'm supposed to be operating. He's like, you've been asking for a job, girl, I got you a job. I got you one. That's what He said. That is what He said. He said, I got you a job. And a couple of people have told me, like, you've been praying for a job, but you have one. And I'm like, I don't have a job. And then I had a super kind of just like slap in the face conversation. And I was like, okay, yeah, I do have a job, but I should be working on 9 to 5. And had I been doing that for the last 365 days, this is leap year, for the last 366 days, I'd probably be a lot further along, which leads me to my next lesson. Just accept what God has given you. Just accept it. God placed me here for a reason. And here I was trying to fight and claw my way out of this, literally applying for everything. When I tell you, I can't even count the number of applications I've put in. I have applied for every job under the sun. I've called every person that you can think of. I'm like, what other industry could I go into aside from fashion? And I tried social media, and I tried mortgage, and I tried everything. And none of that was working because I just refused to accept where I was. I'll even say at the very beginning of this journey, I was like, I don't need unemployment because I'm gonna be working. I said that. I sat for probably 3 months, right? It took me that long because I was like, this is not what God has for me. He is not about to have me out here unemployed and embarrassed, okay? And then he was like, girl, you need these coins. Go get them coins. Humbled, okay? Humbled. But yeah, like I just was not willing to accept, and I think now I'm at a place of acceptance, and I feel like I can fully operate in moving forward because I'm no longer like trying and grasping at straws. Like, are there things that I, sign up for and I say, hey, yes, I'll do this because I need to sustain some level of livelihood? Yes. But am I trying to fit a square peg into a round hole anymore? No. Actually, now I'm making my own peg and my own hole, and He's given me the tools, and I'm about to make it work and make it shake how it should. So while it has been a year, I think it's been a year of full learning, fully leaning in, and I think that's how I'm going to be able to operate and move forward. He's shown me that there's nothing that you can do that's going to take you off of the path where you're supposed to be. So yeah, first lesson, you cannot pray yourself into a new plan for your life aside from what God has for you. Yeah, second lesson, if he's bringing you to it, he will bring you through it. Though it may not manifest how you would expect it to, God has definitely put things in place for my life that I see that I can achieve his calling for me. And sometimes it's going to be hard, sometimes it's going to be easy, but in the end, you'll get to where you need to be. And last lesson, and that's just when we fully surrender to it, when we accept what he has for us, and we basically sit in it and figure out how to make it work for us. I'm still figuring out how exactly it's gonna work for me, but I have at least stopped the never-ending cycle of trying to put myself in a different place or not fully accepting what God has chosen for this period in my life. It's not going to be easy, but I will say it'll be rewarding in the end. I do. So yeah, lessons learned after a year of being unemployed. This is like a little mini series for me because I've just been learning and navigating through so many things. So I have a couple more little videos that fall within that. One about money, one about purpose, one about drive. It's been an interesting year. I've learned a lot about myself. So yeah, there are more lessons that have been learned that I'm so excited to share with y'all. You know what? We are just going to keep the faith that, as we operate in our calling, as I operate in my calling, maybe as you operate in your calling, that God is going to carry you through and see you through and put you where you need to be so that you continue to grow and level up and learn more lessons for the next season of your life. And yeah, that's it. Okay, love you guys. Bye.